How's she going right there, eh? It's Denis here from Denis Outdoors. Back up at the woodlot. The wife and I are up here for the evening. We're just having a little cookout right now. So right now we have some fries with some oil in a pan. And they're just heating up, and they have actually some of that, what's the name of that spice? Yeah, polite pig spice that I showed you before that we got in Florida. And we'd like to thank our sponsor from Costco for some ribs, Roadhouse ribs. So actually there was a 2-pack in that, so we're only doing 1 pack because that'd be more than enough for the 2 of us. So it's cooking right there, wrapped in tin foil. I flip that a couple times and just boiling some hot water. Got a little pile of firewood that I just cut up. That'll do us the evening. Okay, this is what I finished up the other day. I was up here. I did a short video. So this is the fireplace foundation or footing, I guess. And I did shorten it up about 2 feet. So that was quite a bit of concrete to do that. So I have rebar all the way around, which is going to make a box. And I'm going to form that later, like a 6-inch wall all the way around, and then fill that with concrete. And then whatever the elevation is for my subfloor, that's where I'm going to pour a concrete pad after, about a 3 to 4 inch concrete pad after this is all filled up with gravel. And then that's where my hearth and my fireplace will sit on. Or if I don't put a fireplace, I may just put the wood stove on there and then have a false fireplace on the outside where the chimney is. And that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to do a Selkirk chimney on the outside and then frame it up, and then with put concrete board and then mortar it and stone it on the outside all the way up to make it look like a fireplace, but have a wood stove on the inside, which is obviously more economical. So right about here, this is where the log wall will be, and then this is going to be the foundation or the fireplace on the outside. This is the hearth, which will be raised up at the subfloor level. And then, like I mentioned before, the rebar, or the threaded rod is going to be incorporated in holding the 8-inch by 8-inch or 10-inch by 10-inch beam. That's going to be U-shaped all the way around here, and it'll be butt jointed right in here to this girder beam that goes right across this way, which is in the center of the cabin. Hopefully I'm explaining that good enough. Later on in the other videos, it'll be a lot more clearer. And this is basically just rough, and it doesn't really matter because it's going to be all filled in. And like I said, I'll have that 8-inch or 10-inch beam all the way across. And then I mentioned before, the reason why I did that is because the floor joists coming in on either side, it's probably like 2.5-foot floor joists on that side, and like a 10-inch coming on that side, 10-foot, sorry. And it's got to rest or sit on something. So, and then once it gets past here, this will be a floor joist all the way across, sitting on top of this girder beam in the middle. Anyhow, like the wife and I were up here all day. It was nice. We're up on the lake. We actually sat on the raft for quite a bit. It was really nice and hot today. It was great. There was no bugs. We were half thinking about going out on the paddle boat later on. We're not sure if we're going to do that now. But it was nice. You can tell now the wind has picked up because I guess there's a big storm front coming in. That whole Hurricane Debbie's heading our way, I guess. Anyhow, we'll see if it impacts us at all. Just going to show a quick little update. This is some 400 watt solar panel from EcoFlow. Something that I picked up last week that I'm trying out. I paid for this myself, and I get a Delta Pro EcoFlow 3, or I guess it's EcoFlow Delta Pro 3, and these 4 panels. So far it's working out all right. And I'm probably looking at going to put them up on that shed right there, or the outdoor kitchen. Okay, so here's the mill spot. I did put some more fill in this area, and it's a lot better now, obviously. I did play around with the mill yesterday. I did get it running. I got to order a new air filter. The air filter was plugged with oil, so it was hydraulically locked. So when that happens, you got to take the spark plug out and pull the pull cord and get all the oil out of the engine. It flies out that spark plug hole. Did all that. Put some more gas in it. I put more oil in it, and I got it started. Took a little bit to get it running, and once it got running, it was actually pretty good. The only thing is it was wouldn't rev up all that great. There was a lot of smoke coming out of it and stuff, so I just let it sit there and run. And I cleaned the air filter, the foam on the outside of the air filter, and the air filter, you could tell there was still a bunch of oil in it, and it ran a little rough. And then when I took the air filter off, it ran normal, I guess. So my plan is now is I'm going to order an air filter, and either also while I'm waiting, I might just clean the paper air filter with gas and just let it dry out and try that, see how, and keep that as a spare one. But obviously I'm going to try to figure out how I can order that and get that either online or I think it's a 9 horsepower Honda engine that's on that. So that's kind of the plan, what's going on here. But I was glad to get that straightened out. Had a little damage right there on that guard, and I had some damage over here on where the ruler is. That ruler right there was all bent. It was bent pretty good, actually. So I straightened that all out. That ruler comes off, and that ruler is actually adjustable. And so what you do is you lower this all the way down, as far down as it goes to the bed, and then you adjust that ruler until this lever, this pin, is on 1 inch right here. So that's what I did, is I pushed everything down and I raised this ruler, straightened everything out, so that when you lower this head all the way down to the bed, you want that to be at 1 inch. And you don't really care about anything else, because everything else works up from there. And that's a little hard on the head to figure out when you first start this. But yeah, once you drop this down 1 inch, it's like 0, and then you work up. So obviously the numbers, this ruler indication stays right here. The ruler goes up, and that's, you work upwards, not downwards. And once your bed is totally level, it doesn't matter. Everything is uniform and works its way up. Right now too, I got this at almost 0. I got it at 0 pressure on this, and that's this dial right here. So when you're not using the mill, you want no pressure on the blade. And when you're ready to mill, I usually crank this up and get that to about 1,000 pounds. And then that puts outwards pressure and puts pressure on the blade to keep it from twisting or tilting or anything. Get some fries, frying in some oil, and then that's the ribs right there. Almost ready. Okay, that's what the ribs look like. Just tried a piece. It's actually pretty good. And the fries, we tried those too. Actually, they're actually pretty good. They got a nice little smoky flavor. Okay, so we got that all plated up. It actually looks pretty good. And we're just gonna sit back, have a glass of wine, and enjoy the evening. Wind has calmed right down. Probably the calm before the storm. Anyhow, if you could, like, share, subscribe, comment. Thanks for watching. That's the end there, eh?